They've got to the 28th of May to determine that. So, of course, it's going to be an important 10 days for him to figure that out.
So, Bobby, to clarify, does a first-round grade mean
the money's probably more at Michigan as far as the pick in the 20s? It's just that the elements are a lot different now than they used to be.
How are you starting that clock, and how important is that starting of the clock when you potentially look down the road? If you believe in yourself of getting to that second contract?
How important point guard play is at the combine. Understand that a significant member of Team Domercant was taken away early in this process when Boogie Flan decided he was not going to participate at the combine and go back to school. So it ties into everything you guys have just been talking about, because I believe he got more money to go back to school than it would have been even if he were drafted.
23 or 24-year-old and
26-year-old,
26-year-old,
seventh-year guy.
But I do think for them, from a draft perspective, I think the second round does become a little bit watered down more as far as players going back, and then the competition to be one of 450 is extremely high.
The most exclusive club in the world. Like, let me ask you, how do you think
as far as there, because you're looking at some of these numbers, like a guy like R.J. Louis from St. John's, who has struggled a little bit here. If you
talking to all the gurus, we have the main guru up here though, Bobby Marks.
I'm living the life down here. You guys are fun, but it's more fun.
He's worried about the next game he's calling.
Athleticism.
Well, the amazing thing too, especially his body of work at Florida Atlantic. And you saw that Florida team lose in the first round a year ago. Now he goes in there and basically brings that experience level of a guy that got to a Final Four.
Well, and the fun part, too, is like Walter Clayton Jr., who's not part of that have that kind of flexibility while working out. I mean, that is so elite, Capone.
If you're going to do that, don't show the top of the head, though, Jonathan. The top of the head's not a good look.
Coach, are you hair-shaming?
All the kind
we'll see if she liked that one.
We were communicating about him
this
when he
might
was
be
so
a bridge
locked
too
into
far,
his work.
guys.
There's got to be something better for us to be talking about during the NBA Combine.
No, I love the fact that, by the way,
yeah, with as far as the vertical leap, I had no idea I was going to get 43. I definitely wanted to get 40, but yeah, just having my older brother and older sister here with me in Chicago, that kind of amped me up a little bit and got my adrenaline rushing. So that's why my older brother and older sister are here. They're actually in St. Lucia right now. So, but yeah, like you said, it's just nice to experience this with them. And so I'm not just out here by myself.
I mean, you've answered everything we've wanted to ask. I mean, I think the big thing
from my coaches that it might be fake, the 38% that I shot in college, because
form.
Yeah.
96.
Yeah, so
Don McClain can shoot it now.
We have a good.
It's awesome.
Well, he said the door is closed on the decision. He's staying in the NBA draft, and the door's wide open now for a great future. Drake Powell, thanks so much for the time here today, and good luck to you in this process.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
North Carolina star Drake Powell. Sean and I are still trying to get past the 43.
A bucket, and went to the NBA and won the Most Improved award when he was with the Wizards.
Yeah,
back then the Bullets.
We got him on
my brother had him.
We had him on the tail. It was a trade with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
We had him on the tail.
All of these guys, like he works out guys and really does an outstanding job getting them ready, not only for this, but more importantly for what that journey is going to be when they get to that next level.
You know what he does? And it's repetition. There's no breaks. It's different than going through a college practice.
Yeah, and sometimes they bring guys in to work against them that are basically.
So Ed O'Bannon, who played at UCLA, worked out against Kobe in '96. Khalid Reeves, who was at Arizona.
So I think that's the most important thing. Nebhart, distributing the basketball. Olbrich, rebounding the ball, running the floor, being physical. They're showing exactly what they do well, and they're doing it at a high level.
Bobby, how about Hansen Young? There aren't as many international players here this week. It's mostly college guys, but this is a 20-year-old, 7'2". There are a lot of things to like about his makeup. Where does he fit?
It's interesting. There's a lot of unknown about him just based on him playing in China the last 2 years. I think he's helped himself. Right now he's got He's got 7 points, no, 9 points, excuse me, 6 rebounds here. A couple, we just saw him make a nice assist here. I think for him,
great pass.
Yeah, terrific pass. Right on cue. I mean, and that was one of the big things I asked him. I said, who do you kind of watch? And it was Jokic, Şengün, guys, the ability to kind of a big that can try to stretch the floor, the ability to pass. It's going to be interesting. He's a second. He could be in that second round. The ability to go back overseas and play there. I think he's a nice developmental piece here. It will take time, though. The adjustment of being in the States, I think, is a little bit of an adjustment. But as we said, his grasp of the English language, he's only been here 2 weeks, and he's already kind of starting to figure things out.
Sean, the player you had an eye on here, and you talked a lot about yesterday, Ryan Nembhard. Those numbers continue to be very, very good.
But Ryan Nembhard's ability to orchestrate read and offense consistently in a two-man game, whether it was with Graham Ike or Braden Huff, consistently up in Spokane.
On the video was one of the G League call-ups to the NBA Combine, and they were questioning whether or not he could put together another 2 strong performances. Had a great start to yesterday's game.
The G League Combine, where does a question like that come from?
Well, listen, I think, some of it's unfair. I mean, it
absolutely do. It is a valid comp, and I have praised you all, other than this whole Ray Allen conversation, I've praised you all for your elite level work in your comps throughout these 2 days, and Victor Oladipo is absolutely on point.
And when you look at VJ, one of the things I think you go back to too is when he played on the Bohemian national team.
You have to respect that when you're talking about an 18, 19-year-old who's willing to go out there and do whatever is necessary, guard whoever he has to be successful, to win. And that's VJ Edgecomb's personality. That's his ability.
Ooh. Talk about Tamar Bates playing to his strengths, getting downhill. You talk about Edgecombe. Look, he has the opportunity to be an elite defender. Is it good?
It was good.
Even more valid.
It was good.
Even more valid when it happens in high school.
Being that we're talking about guys that aren't here, not playing.
It would be perfect with San Antonio, the ability to play, the ability to be with Victor. You have that relationship. It's like, Dyson Daniels there fits in.
And Bobby, we talked about that yesterday when I asked you what was San Antonio's second-round pick, and I'm thinking Maxime Raynaud at that point. Now, Raynaud could very well have played himself into that first round.